Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Sutton and I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen From You. And I just want to get up here with Talking with Jay. Yeah, this is the segment that I named it. To let you know that it's never too late to start over. Um, Even if that means that you have to start from scratch and you still, and I know this sounds so challenging, of starting all over completely again, but it's never too late. Um, I basically was speaking to someone that, when they call in with my job and everything, and it's actually for this grant program that they're currently working on here. We're not working on, but they're actually just giving out, to qualify. Oh, it's getting dark out here. It's getting dark. Let me make sure I keep this light right. I mean, I will turn my room light on, but it's just, when it's in the morning time, I just want to like this. I want to like this with my candle. But anyway, let me go ahead and just say, um, I had this guy that called in. He was just checking on his information and everything, right? And he said that he was telling me that he was once married, he was divorced, and he actually didn't get jump started on the things that he really wants to do until he was 48. So when he said that, he said basically he kind of just had to start all over. He said that he actually had some successful um he was actually in some successful fields and some careers and everything, but he said something just happened where, oh yeah, I forgot. He said that his job or his company or whatnot, they downsized or they end up shutting down. He said, even after we're going through a divorce, where he was married, I think probably some years. I think he said 20 something years or something like that. So he basically said he had to start all over from scratch, all over again. And then he said that he ended up finding out that consulting was something that he actually liked to do. Consulting was something he enjoyed, and he never ever thought he would be a consultant, like a business consultant there, where he helps people out with their grants and with their paperwork or whatnot. So he said he basically started over at 48. So, with that being said, y'all, don't let the world, don't let people, don't let the community, don't let anybody, for that matter, um, make it seem like it is too late for you. Um, you should have had this by now. You should have had that by now. Um, and tell you that it had to be within a certain age. That is not true. When I heard that, that was a reminder. That was a refresher of, okay, gotcha. Everyone is not going to find out what they like to do or what they want to do by the age of 25. You know what I'm saying? Even with that, you're kind of just still learning your way through some things. Everybody's not going to have it all together after they graduate high school or after they graduate college or after they, whatever it may be, whatever phase and stage in life, just know and remember that everyone's seasons are different. And just because it didn't fit in this box, this mold, this criteria that the world has given you, does not mean that this is something that you got to subject yourself trying to be a part of. You don't have to, so y'all just let that be a reminder that it's never too late. And that even with people, even I hear this all the time, even with some single moms when they say that the man left them, they had to start all over again. The man took the money out the account. Now it sounds like some Lifetime movie stuff, but this stuff goes on and actually happens all the time there. And unfortunately, and so they say they had to start all over. They had the kids and everything, and before you know it, boom, within over a certain amount of time, they end up creating what? Creating like a successful business. Some of them are in credit. Some of them are. Oh my goodness, I forgot the title, the name for it. Oh man, it has something to do with loans. It has something to do with grants. I forgot the name, but it's a. Oh my. Oh yes. No. Oh yes. It's the notary signing. Notary. I forgot y'all what it is, what the name's called, but I see a lot of people in that. And so what I'm just trying to say is, it's never too late to start over. It's never too late. Don't think your life is over because you got to start from scratch. Don't think your life is over because you worked so hard and you got to a certain point where, again, you looking back and reflecting on some things and feeling like, what could you have done differently? If you could have. So that's just something I want to just say. I'm not gonna try to make my videos too long or too lengthy there. Um, just want to keep that as a reminder there. Just because it's not fitting in somebody else's box and mold and guidelines and criteria does not mean that any of those stipulations have to be placed on you. And you can find, and it's the same thing with relationships. I don't even really like talking about relationships. Goodness, I really don't. I feel like it's very draining. But I will use this for, I will use it for example purposes there. I will use it for example purposes. Excuse me, I had to take care of something there. Yeah, I'm still working from home now, so I got to still tend to some business. But yeah, for relationships or whatnot, I will still actually use that. Just as an example there, people will say that you have to be married before a certain age. People will say you got to do this before a certain. Y'all don't, again, don't get tied up. Don't get caught up into what everybody doing, what everybody's saying, what everybody got on social media. Everybody this, everybody that. Listen, God will make your path different. Okay, and so you got to know that and still eventually be okay with it, even if it don't feel comfortable, even if there's some things you don't understand, even if there's some questions that you may have to ask, and that's absolutely okay to have some questions for God. It is okay. I remember back in the day they tried to make it seem like it was bad to question God, but there's nothing wrong with asking Him questions. He got all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Now He might show them in different ways. He may reveal things to you a whole lot differently, but it will come in some type of form. It will come in some way. You know what I'm saying? Then they say His word will not return void. So that's something that you gotta definitely just keep in mind. So it's never too late. It's like I'm seeing more stories and hearing more stories of people starting from scratch, and then boom, they're successful. But you know what? Them times when they were falling, them times when they it felt like they weren't gonna make it, or the most uncomfortable times prepared them for where they are now. So that's something I want you to keep in mind if you're taking a listening to this here. And this is Talking with Jay. And remember that the best is yet to come. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, until next time, God bless.